Eschatology hai mo going to thai bam de. The term is from a Greek word or Greek words ta eskata or eskatos, the last things, literal meaning ta kom the. Hai eskatos hai, it has been defined, explained, understood in various ways. Theologians go or from the beginning, from the very beginning, inception of Christianity till today, come not hai eschatology lamda explain suthe, understood suna, explain suna, and then this also becomes one of the theological curtains, and it divides associations, denominations, doctrine by na kum pabam ni naithe. Very crucial or complicated topics khate. Very interesting ni the. Eschatology ton topic hai. Interesting ni the. Ki very complicated ani hai. Handle su chui. Ani su kang ni nai ye. Kumata as we all are aware, hai ani ta confused sunu mai. Ani tong faith ani disturb sunu mai. May not be ani tong level koto, it will not disturb our faith anymore. Taki ani tong congregation tani disturb sunu toni kam na pai na naim tonde. And this is one of the main doctrines ani Christian makangdo. One of the biggest or the main centered, the core doctrine akhathe. And we have to be very careful. We have to be, though we cannot be very thorough sugani ki naim to topic akhathe taki asailo kwan. I'm so doubtful that I'll be able to make you very clear. I'll be able to come kukoina I study sugani ngam tum khena I thai taki hai ani careful to not deal to topic akharena thailawe. I remember while I was there in Kolkata, Newton College ko Newton student kharuna preaching suge na preaching to na sulat no eschatology lamda tiki book akhat khare papa na kamai na sulawa how he presented eschatology lamda kum palo na next high chapel one kho chapel gang kho na chapel doi na principal kuirna ane to principal na kata ka na explanation thai ram get ki no to preaching the thumbs up ke ki if you are no to faith ta hai kho bam na nam hai pum same sermon kamai church kam kho preaching swam the that may confuse or give problem kam na kata counseling type for na the understand so many na the anyway there's one book called organ khat to philosophy called khat to understanding called khat na hi chui na hilom for na new heaven constructs to toni or eschatology to detail absolute tuna come some to gani nai the king tau the hai ko mai hai and you careful su khani nai one of our own pastors kazan tu thai dum asan tum khe ki he was also talking about eschatology related topic of respectable leader akhate pastor akhate nak mai sam hai absolute chuna in a day those unbelievers how hell comes sai takam haju tak me figures ne accurate sana kum na figure out na sapam to kum na kan members right now kum sabam ni chu the as de king mam khota as hai to kum mai cho if kamarna oh my book or hai kum sa the kum lumta hai ni ga da to ki in a very accurate very strong for na kum sam to na if absolute tinuma matong absolute way koronani sata it can term as false teaching, false teachers tenani sanu tonaye. So this topic is also one thing, one of the topics anu absolute sunumamai, because no one so far have experienced eschatology. We don't see, we haven't gone through all those things. And that this topic is something, it's a topic like beyond the river. Anu thai tangama mutuang area the Bible has hinted us, mentioned many things about that one, and then we are trying to understand eschatology lamta kumam tonde. So it is very difficult to comprehend fully, and then if we are very strong in our statement, very absolute, very figurative, has need danger to night. And actually I personally eschatology lam I thought the preaching ni suni mga ni in a very shallow sumaina. Yes, this is one of the main topic and you ignore sunumamai. One of the main area and you now deny sunumamai, because this is where our faith holds. And you zahitan nabam tuang ramto. If we don't have hope, or we don't need to believe in Jesus. New Christians about the make. So I personally believe eschatology very strongly, but then I personally don't want to preach so much as a preacher or as a teacher. And even when students know what teaching, instead of doing more on this very detailed study, I rather give caution tina anu careful sumai ni de hekum tong ai tigai hai eschatology lam kata. We have to see what are the things we have in the Bible. Anu zakanikum kigenai de many areas anu cover suka eschatology lam kata, and I won't be able to cover everything also. Lain akum na survey type na zana news ani na pame sai adi types of eschatology Bible calls out the scholars boy, theologians boy, preachers boy categorize patna kum ni na ye asero na eschatology is past things tatkam tuang type karna come some ni naithe, because they say the coming of Messiah is also one of the eschatology come na some do. And then realize eschatology scholars got very prominent biblical scholars go come naithe. Maybe some of you will still remember their names. C.S. They will say eschatology is about realize eschatology emphasize because the day of the Lord is already here. Bible ko sam kumna 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1 and 2 3 ko ni sam khata. The day of the Lord is already here. It is with us. Kumna delay parousia present ani participatory eschatology kum biblical scholars, theologians by E.P. Sanders can you explain so hak nakum sumni naite. It is not about tomorrow, but then it is also about now and here and now. Come tuang can you propound so hak nakum sulomni naite. Yes, now and then yet to fully realize koina hai kum bloom sukha night day kum tonta kum theologians go types of eschatology different way can you explain sugni night hai ani hai ko koina fully koina to one of the area futuristic eschatology tau ani mostly hai ko ta ani emphasis suna hai ta new sabam tong thai when it comes to eschatology ho new sab ta somna komna elements of futuristic eschatology kai na de elements go Pauline thoughts okay futuristic ho anu scholars jan sagota Albert Schweitzer ko mai kani tuang thoughts kani tuang rena anu ta mainly kom influence no bam tong the Albert Schweitzer ko mai New Testament scholar kate so my futuristic eschatology tuang kai na salom to na ye elements were like parousia, the resurrection of the dead, the judgment, the glorification of the glory of the justified believers. I been a new biblical studies or theological studies can you put on you come palm gani night eschatology can you palm hai general ko na kum palm ke palm gang kata synoptic tuang view eschatology lam tabuicho by miso John 9 tuang komcho Pauline tuang komcho Pauline Old Testament tuang eschatology understanding komcho hai by nani nai de it's different uniformity mege kari tuang understanding hai kam nani critical sune tan hai tani panu de ki maybe hai ni ani pakai sungam tum ke ki by nani nai mitoni nai the ani o eschatology lam detail suna paneta hai ta segregate suna what is Pauline to eschatology understanding of eschatology komcho Johannine to komcho synoptic to komcho Old Testament perspective komcho komna hai suni komni janu mutong na ye ki that may come very academic sumai oni nai the ki order of eschatology katuang order kasiam kos ni sequence ni by na kasiam toni nai de futuristic ani sabu kota first order ko rapture lam another very interesting area the hani hai rapture lam tani different theories neither is many theories even in rapture also under the theme rapture ani hai pre-tribulation rapture naithe pre-tribulation rapture hai the rapture will occur before the great tribulation ani Christian my or amni Baptist my mostly hai ko ani lumlau my or ani to faith ani best to naithe hai ko pre-tribulation rapture ko and another rapture hai mid-tribulation rapture kumni naithe scholars go propose my the rapture will occur during the middle of the great tribulation kumna post tribulation rapture ni naithe hai the rapture will occur after the great tribulation along with a resurrection naseruna pre-rat rapture the rapture will occur during the seventh trumpet of Revelation but before the bowl judgment naseruna personal rapture tanikum sadamani naye especially based on Matthew chapter 25 verse 1 following how virgins with kadbumu talaw kanitong well man hai tong parables kota the rapture will occur in multiple parts during the great tribulation kam ga sayo talata na kan sayo talaw pam na kum tong ta personal akum by na rapture tong theory ni adiu how the scholars go sabun the or kam sam ki ani rena ta best suna pam hai if I think I'm not wrong ani hai pre-tribulation rapture ko to ani lum na pam tong the hai to buicho the rapture will occur during the great tribulation hai bodily resurrection supane body resurrection ko ta question kan saya tu than mani na ye. Are we going to be the same body as we have now? Hakum toni na ye. Rapture hota. Kamna kan saya na sama hai. It's not going to be the same. I need no me. Personally, I need what I believe is it will not be as the same, but then it will be a little bit different form. A glorified body. A glorified body. Jesus Christ after his resurrection, he came down and then walked in the Emmaus Road. Example had sat with them, sit with them, but then in a glorified manner. So physical resurrection thought the First Corinthians chapter 15 verse 51, 52 we believe that we will have a physical resurrection, and Jesus First Corinthians 15 First Corinthians chapter 15 resurrection passage verse 20 Romans 8:23 he is the first fruit, and then another is going to follow. That means definitely so we are also going to be like Jesus, and then our resurrection is going to be a physical resurrection, but it's going to be a little bit different, glorified body, and we are compared with the first fruit. Harvest first fruit there are still other many areas we are still to harvest. Example future glory. So we all are Romans chapter 8 verse 18 to 23 we all are groaning along with the creations, other creations, and we are longing for the full glory, for the full consummation, final when it talks about rapture, time and death, the Bible has mentioned in many places how eschatology will be, when, how, time, death, nature, Bible indicates Bible doesn't speak clearly on all those things. Bible time and death yes, in many places it talks about imminency, coming very soon. Sometimes he seems to be saying that I'll come, I've already come. It will be little bit delay. Time and death in many places. Revelation chapter 22 verse 20 I'll come quickly, I'm coming very soon, my coming is very soon. And Luke chapter 9 verse 27 some of you who are standing here will not taste death. You will just experience rapture, you'll just be taken. Luke chapter 9 and in Matthew chapter 24 verse 43 Bible references projector and sometimes without Bible reference many topic ideas principle Bible or pastor Bible reference or he's not going Bible careful time kills so Matthew chapter 24 verse 43, Luke chapter 21 verse 34. This generation will not pass away without facing this one. So in their lifetime, hai kau rapture hai guani mutuang imminency the tokum sana bam toni nai the tiki. Hai Jesus Christ katong disciples nuwa katong contemporaries nuwa kau sam tong the. Tiki unfortunately till today Jesus hasn't come. Jesus hasn't come. Maybe that is one of the reasons why the Jews failed to accept Jesus as the Messiah. Yesus Kristus wong tontok katatik salom theni goma gani thaima, and as the Bible has clearly mentioned, he will come like a thief, jimbang cheng gonem tongkum na salom ni, and no one will know time season concerning time season. No one will know my come salom toni na. First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 1 khoni, you don't need to know thai khani ki ge mege come toni salom manai the. He'll come, the Lord will come like a thief in the night. First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 2 kho. And Mark chapter 13 verse 32 33 kho, my salom hai, the dead, the hour, or all those things no one knows, even the angels, even the Son of God. Mark chapter 13 verse 32 33 only the Father, only the Father. Yeshu Christ ni time ke, angels ni time ke, and he is telling, Jesus himself is telling us that we don't need to know. Because sometimes we are over smart, any human being or preachers go ahead. Sometimes we are over smart, too smart, that we try to know and then try to speak what Jesus himself is warning us, telling us that you don't need to know, you wouldn't know, even the angels don't know. Yeshu ni time again. Only he himself, Father himself knows the time, that how it will be. Ini hukum ikanin na ite. So sometimes, tong history koni in the very recent, tong experience boy hag nabam toni na ite. World doomsday tani kakasana, or many times in the history of Christianity, isu gompante, hagan ko gompante, akum gompante, hak na kum na padma mugani nai kakat, kum sumugani nai nani Christian, why did he confuse? Sukai lah hak mani ni khoni nai mutongte. The Bible has clearly mentioned in many places that anyuhai thai khani ki mege, and then we will not know also kuna salome. Acts chapter 1 verse 7 khani kom sai, it is not for you to know the time, the hour. We believe that there will be a rapture. That is our hope. Judgment, different types of judgment we see again in the Bible. Different types of judgment. Christ will judge the survivors of the tribulations. Judgment types of judgment, judgment of reward. Matthew chapter 5 verse 11, 12, 25, 23, Luke chapter 6 verse 35, or judgment of separation. I have Matthew chapter 24 verse 24, 25, or specific either 25 verse 36, 46 Salom hai. Old Testament they will raise from the dead, and followed by a judgment of condemnation. So the righteous will enter into the millennium kingdom. The wicked will be cast into the hell, into hell. So ako bottomless pit ko law mutuang 100 years for 1,000 years. Revelation 20 chapter 20 verse 1 to 3 ko ni kumani hote. Hay na ramage. And then we see the battle, the last battle. At the end of that 1,000 years, Satan will release from the prison for a short time. Because na ragwang masaita battle su tuang naipente, ragwang ta issue and then where Satan will be defeated. Where Satan will be defeated. Hay to nikam last battle to Revelation chapter 20 verse 7 following Chonikum Hopente, and Satan will be cast into the lake of fire. From the final judgment, only Revelation 20 verse 11 following till 15 pagaita Hopene. Come the final verdict, and the verdict are read as, and all the sinful humanity is cast into the lake of fire. My tongue. The new creation, the new heaven, the new world, the new earth, new Jerusalem. Tonikum Revelation ko. I Matthew, Revelation 19 to 20, 21 pangam ko ta 21, 22 pangam ko ta. Hay tuang order tadikum ani ho mo tong naite judgment ko itong ta. Judgment lam tadikum gaina salomai here and there passes ko kum ahak na bamte. And when it comes to millennialism hek tani by na scholars go propose law my theories go tanai gaite pre millennialism ni naite post millennialism ni naite millennialism ni naite kamna by na naite. Millennialism hai Jesus himself will rule the world. Jerusalem will be the capital, and this will be 1,000 years, 1,000 year period of peace, prosperity on earth. Ani Revelation 20 how mata lomta kamna pre millennialism hai nasam the Lord will return to the earth before the commencement of his 1,000 years of reign. Kana post millennialism nasam the whole world will embrace Christianity. When a Christians who can eat by the teaching of the gospel and will become a universal, a society of saints. Okay, na Christians who can come not. And there the king, the ruler will be Jesus. Our millennialism has some they don't believe 100 years reign of Christ upon the earth. Different theories come millennialism to ni sam naite, but then any Baptist or any churches go to lum na pam to. I think what we believe is pre-millennialism ta lum khang lumme. Is it am I correct? Pre-millennialism hai ani Bible ko na hai na biblical the scholars go ni kan tom basis to like ngam na kum suam sin de ya strongly sugang ni kung de hai na chum de hai na chum mage ni kung ton nai to we should not ki all they have their biblical basis. Our millennialism ni the post millennialism ni the key for us we believe in pre-millennialism. Ani right lambam to, and then ani revelation call kumna thanna hai tani hilon bam tong the hai eschatology topic hai gai hat na in length discuss in depth call with pen, paper, or the projector ni khakat ni chintu na sinakum study su khanthok ge na thnai tonde hakum sermon type kora to in depth study to pakai numam ton thon nae ki hata thoni prepare su kha sa ki why it is important to have knowledge or to have a clear understanding of eschatology or about eschatology hata di anu why it is important, because this is one of our main doctrines, and then very complicated, confused topic. I'm telling you, because the reason why we need to know about eschatology is that will help us to live the Christian life. That will help us. Without a proper understanding of eschatology, we will miss the point of God's call and we may lose our salvation. The message of eschatology is a hope producing promise that provides insights into the nature of our age. This will help us, understanding about eschatology will help us to stand firm in our commitment, in our faith. Hope the we will stand firm in our faith. And the whole goal of our Christianity, Bible called 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 1 called Salom hai. Jesus Christ is our hope. And then He is our only hope. Without the hope, we will not have anything to go forward. Also, hopeless people often destiny hai kamna soinu mutuang sinu mutuang, where there is no hope, suicide kini padam kini kom hope man karana suicide kini khakat ni naim tom pathe, they don't have anything to look forward karana. So we Christians, another problem hope future sometimes Christianity we are so much focused on the next world, next life, come na present reality attention timam toni last Friday DC ideas ko pare panna ko thought khat Christian we are so much focused on the next life beyond the river. That is where whatever we do, that will determine. We forget present reality. Churches Christian and that is why we see lots of society I think sometimes we are so much we give so much focus on next life interest present reality now and here expect balance Christian society. So eschatology is not only just to keep our hope, but then that should make us in our day-to-day life hope. I First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 6 follow me. I'm coming to the end part of my sharing. First Thessalonians Okay. First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk are drunk at night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and as a helmet, the hope of salvation. Verse 9. For God did not appoint us to wrath, but to obtain salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ. It seems heaven or future generation or future life, it's not simply God's gracious gift. That involves our duties and our responsibilities. It's not only a gift of God without a duty and responsibility from our part, from our Christians. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 13 following Paul there will be a time Paul envisioned, he envisioned that there will be a day when there will be an evaluation for every one of us. Evaluation exam semester loigona or academic year loigona uza nungarna college nungarna marking result patang kuga nai pande na example na kama hilom to nai kha a day of evaluation and testing, a day when the true word of all will be that he had invested will be exposed. Namro na gai metan lau mai or si metan lau mai goi na hai tau hai exam ko na hitri ni hichoi ma cho hai can you expose mu kan nai pande na. And Paul knew that he would be accountable of what he did. Gai metan bamta you'll be rewarded accordingly. Accordingly, that same punishment will be given. Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. So Christians must be very conscious about today and tomorrow's life. Eschatology as a dynamic, eschatology to dynamic there. It's not only about next life or after we die. Eschatology as dynamic. Every day, in a sense, every day, each day we are heading to that last day. So today and tomorrow's or whatever we are doing, we have to be very conscious, or we have to be very careful. Luke chapter 12 verse 48. Jesus said, "From everyone who has given much will be demanded much. From everyone who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked, will be demanded." So every one of us, according to our level, so that means there will surely a judgment or there will surely be a salvation or eschatology. Galatians chapter 6 verse 8 and 9 another similar passage. What you sow will reap, or what you have, your sacrifices, your labor, or whatever you have done, na tuan lever that's ni it will not simply go in vain. So aniu Christian meta encourage sum tong passage khathe aniu tan ran na time man na theuni magan 24 into 7 or holiday man na tan tamba man nung bai tani if we are patiently or sincerely working aniu tuang not only present to naram ke not only present blessing unseen way blessing ko naram na the Lord is really going to bless every one of us, all our sacrifices, all our labor. Second Corinthians chapter 5 verse 10 kani, for all of us must appear before the judgment seat of Christ. So each of us may receive according to what we have done, whether good or bad. Okay, last call. I will follow my Hebrews chapter 13. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17 call. B ho hilowe. B ho or C ho or B. For they watch over your soul as those who must give account. Ano especially to leaders nung wait, Christian leaders nung wait, some don't have judgment to naipan there will be a day when every one of us will be judged, and then we are responsible of our congregation. Ano tong society tong ano responsible ta for and then we will give our account to Him. So as we are tirelessly working for the Lord, unseen way, or even give us strength that we will be able to do work, serve Him faithfully, because there will be a day when all our accounts will be settled before Him. Haruna kumna I like anything. Tungku te I not for I